Okay, this is Advanced Karate Kids week 1, cycle 2, month 1. So this is June of 2023. We're going to start with a crescent kick. This is from Action Karate Form 1, which is we will be reviewing later in the cycle. It's from the beginner curriculum. Crescent kick has a front kick chamber, so it always starts here. And then your knee comes up and then your foot circles. It goes outside to in, back to your knee, and then you set it back down. The rotation comes from your hip turning when you kick. So it starts here and turns there. So what we're gonna do with this, and actually it's like this in the form too, we're gonna give ourselves a target. Imagine that you're holding the side of someone's head here. You're gonna bring your knee straight up and you're gonna kick their foot. Ideally, you're kicking with this outside leg of your foot. My hip is not flexible enough to get my foot around there, so I tend to do this with the whole bottom of my foot. That's okay too, but that outside blade is your goal. If you can't get your foot here, don't do this. Bring your target down. So it's front kick chamber, kick, turn your hips. Target if you want it, you don't need one if you don't want to. Knee up, front kick. But what you have to make sure when you do this is that you have the front kick chamber, because wherever your knee is pointing on the chamber is where your kick is going to be, is where the power of the kick is going to be. So if you bring your knee up here, the kick ends up being there, not here. So make sure the knee comes up to the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then, so this week we're reviewing some curriculum from the beginner. Actually, the whole month we'll be reviewing some curriculum from the beginners, some from the intermediate, and then yours. We're also doing Passing the Horizon, which is again a review from the beginner curriculum. Somebody grabs your hands from the back. I'm going to show this to you. Should they grab one hand? They pull your arm up and they put their hand on your other shoulder from the back. You look first to make sure it's somebody that you need to be defending against. Gonna elbow them in the solar plexus, not the stomach. And then this hand is gonna grab their wrist. So if I'll do this facing the other way too. If my left hand has their wrist, my right foot is gonna step out diagonally and I'm gonna turn them down, which brings them here. I'm gonna do a roundhouse kick and then cover out. So from the other direction, it's here. I don't want any trouble. They've got this hand. Elbow, grab the hand, step out, kick, cover out. Okay, and now from your curriculum, this cycle, you guys are doing star block set with a kubotan. Okay, kubotan, my kubotan is very narrow diameter. A kubotan is generally used as a keychain. Mine is very narrow, has a point on the end. These are legal to carry in Massachusetts as long as they have keys on them. They are not legal to carry in school. If your parents would like you to have one for class, you can get one from Mrs. McCoy. You don't need a kubotan. Okay, this is a Sharpie, fat magic marker, a fat pen or pencil, anything a little bit longer than your hand like this. I tend, when I carry mine, to hold my thumb here. So if I hit something without the thumb there, it's going to get pushed out of my hand. But if I'm holding it with the thumb, then I can strike either way. I can use it to catch. So today we're doing from star block set, up, in, out. Okay, so when somebody goes to hit me, I block up and I can be striking into their arm. In, out. Okay, if somebody throws a punch and you can hit them here, that's really nice. It's hard to hit a small target. So this month we're gonna talk about hitting those small targets. Next month we're gonna talk about other things that you can do with the kubotan once you have actually used star block set. So here we're thinking up and you're hitting into the side of their arm as they attack you. In, so you're hitting them here. Out, and you're hitting anywhere on the side of their arm. And then the other side, up, in, out. Okay, Week 1, single stick. If you're Tang Soo Do, this is for beginners, white, orange, blue. If you're in kids class, this is white belts and all the blue belts. So we're doing the very beginning of the blood cup set, and I will show it to you facing you, and then I'll turn my back so it's easier if you need to follow along. So I start here when I hold my screamer stick. It's going to be in my right hand, but this is a two-ended weapon. I can strike with this end and I can strike with this end. So I need to have some of this part sticking out below my hand. So I'm going to hold the stick in my left hand. I'm going to put the right hand above it so I have that space underneath. Then I'm going to bring it in front of me and put my hand here, and this is called blood cup. I don't know why. I like to imagine you just split somebody's head open and the blood is running down and you're catching it before it gets all over the floor or your nice shoes. But we start here, we say blood cup, courtesy. The stick's in your right hand, so your right foot's going to step back, and you're going to bring the stick up to cover your head. Now see where my stick is? If I bring it like this, it's not covering my head. If it's here, it's not covering my head. It needs to be here, covering your head. I'm going to step forward, strike high, down, strike low, up, strike high, and then I'm going to make an orbit around my head as if I'm wiping the sweat off my head and striking again. So from the other direction, it's here, blood cup, courtesy, step back, cover my head. Okay, you should be able to see my stick over my head. If it's here, it's not protecting my head. I'm going to step forward high, low, high. I keep my other hand up just in case my partner has issues with control. Orbit comes this way and strike again. Okay, week 1, double sticks. This is my favorite stick set. This one is just very cool. So I'm going to show it to you. We're doing just the right side today. I'm going to show it to you facing you. Then I'll show it to you facing you. It's in my left hand, so I'll mirror it to you if you need to practice, and then I'll turn my back so you can practice. You can follow along. So it starts here. I've got the one in my right hand is on my right shoulder. Left one is on my left ribs. So I'm going to strike with the right one, bring it all the way across, and I'm hugging myself. Left one comes out and strikes, and it stays there. Then right one strikes, and they come to the left. Left one on top, right one on my ribs. Then I bring them back to where I started. So I go right hugs, left stays out, right strikes. They both come to the left side, and they come back. So mirror it to me if you want to practice it this way. Your right one strikes and it hugs. Left one strikes and stays out. Right one strikes. They come back to your left side, and you switch. So if you're doing it with me, we start here. It's right hugs, left comes out, right strikes, comes back to the left side, and then back to here. And if you're very confused, the best way to do this, if you're learning it from the video, is just to keep repeating that section and following along with me. This is the coolest set, and once you get it, it'll make a lot more sense. Okay, so this is week 1 of the advanced bow form. There's also a black belt bow form this cycle. This is for red belt karate kids, and for Tang Soo Do, it's 2nd and 3rd brown belt, red belt, and apprentice. Okay, if you've not done bow before, ideally your bow's about the same height as you are. I find 5.5 foot bow a little bit long. I like about 5.5 and 5 are stock. I have a couple that are halfway between that I like better. But if you're thinking that your kid is going to grow into it, don't get it too much bigger or they're going to get hung on it. In the kitchen, I use just the longest screamer stick because I have a ceiling fan and I don't think you can see the chain hanging, but I just assume not take it out. Okay, but when we start here, when you do bow, you're always going to have your right hand. There'll be some changes in this later in the form, but to start, it's always going to be right hand is palm up and you grab here. Left hand is palm down, you grab here. So what you want to do is you want to visually cut your bow into thirds, and at the 2 spots where the thirds are, right hand palm up, left hand palm down. So we do chubby. Chubby up, you tuck it under your right arm, it's behind, kinyet, and then we start the form. So for the form start, and I'll do this in both directions, bow's going to come up, you're pointing it towards the corner, left hand reaches underneath and grabs, because that's when you turn it, then it will be palm down. So it's going to grab, you're going to pull it not to the top of your shoulder, but to the outside. You're going to step to that corner, strike across. Then you're going to look to the other corner, step and strike one more time. Okay, then somebody's trying to hit your foot. The end of your bow that's in the front, you're going to take down and sweep it out to protect your foot. Bows, this end of the bow is going to come up, break their collarbone, groin, collarbone, ribs, ribs. Then you're gonna pull back to a cat stance and you're gonna disarm. So I'm gonna face you so you can see the disarm. What I'm doing is I'm catching the end of someone else's bow and making a circle, which will pull it out of their hands and then hitting them. So I pull back, disarm, stab. Then I'm gonna go the other way. The end of my bow that's in the front drops, comes across, the bottom end comes up over the top, breaks the collarbone. Groin, collarbone, ribs, ribs. Pull back to the cat stance, disarm, and stab. Okay, so go in the other direction. It looks like this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's hard to get this vision of the whole length of the bow, but like I said, I can't do that in here. Okay, Karate Kids Advanced, week 2 of June. So we are starting with an axe kick. Like the crescent kick that we did last week, an axe kick starts with the front kick chamber. But when we did the crescent kick, you did the front kick chamber, and then as you turned your hips, the circle came in. The axe kick circles the other way. So I bring my knee up, and then I pull it across my body. I bring it up, and back up mass drives the kick. So it comes up here and down. Ideally, if you're trying to break something, you would be hitting with your heel. You see people do this at demos, they break with their heel. If you're trying to do damage, hit with your heel, knee, bridge of the nose, collarbone. If you are sparring, throwing an axe kick with your toes pointed gives you about that much more reach to be able to hit your target. You see a lot of people do XMA forms, and they'll do their axe kick with their toes pointed and freeze it here to hold the judge, to show the judge their control, the long straight line and the control. But from a practical point of view, you want to hit with your heel. Also, from a practical point of view, if you're practicing on the wooden floor, don't actually hit with your heel, it hurts. So I'm going to bring my knee up, cross it across my body, come down with my heel. So we're going to do 5 on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, then self-defense. This is review from the intermediate curriculum. It is overhead club with sword cut. Somebody is trying to hit you in the head. This is the important thing, get out of the way. Again, I'll show you from both directions. You get out of the way, reach up and block. You're catching their arm here, not the sword. Take your right hand, grab the blade of your hand. Now there's a space between their arm and their body. You're gonna step through it and take them down. What makes this work is the wrist lock. You have to have the blades of their hand. If you're grabbing here, it doesn't work. So facing this way, they're coming at me, I get out of the way. Out of the way is the important thing. Block, my right hand grabs their hand. Step through, take them down. Make sure you have the stick, cover out. And then from your curriculum, the second half of Star Block set, back with your Kubotan, your marker, your Sharpie, whatever you're using. Touch down, back, push down. Okay, touch is a chamber for down. Back is a chamber for push down. It's also an elbow if there's someone behind you, but it really is the chamber for push down. So I'm gonna go touch, down. Somebody is trying to kick me. I am hitting with the edge of my Kubotan somewhere on the inside of their leg. So touch down, back, someone is coming at me with a knee, punch down into it. Having this in your hand rather than pushing this way makes the fist tight and you can do some damage when you hit. So touch down, back, push down. And other side, touch down, think about what you're hitting, something on the inside of the leg, back, push down. Okay, advanced bow form, week 2. So we finished week 1 here. So we did up, down, side, side. So we're here. So I'm going to turn to the front now. I'm going to drag this foot and settle into a horse stance. Disarm, stab. I'm going to step with my back leg. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see what I'm doing here. As my back leg comes up to chamber, the bow comes back, and as I step, it strikes out. Then I'm going to step again. As my foot comes up, the bow comes back, and as I land, it steps. So the bow is not doing this. It's not going up and down. It's going straight back and straight forward. So I finished here. I'm going to come to the front. This disarm was in a cat stance. This one is in a horse stance. Disarm, stab. Pull the bow back. Step up, land, stab. Now right leg comes up to do the first half of the step as the bow comes back. Stab. And then I'm going to bring the bow over my head, strike. Left hand is going to be under my right armpit. Okay, so now going the other way. We were here, step to the horse stance, disarm, stab. Pull back as my foot comes up, stab as my foot steps down. Pull back as my foot comes up, stab as my foot comes down. Front end of the bow circles way up high over my head. Left hand comes under my right armpit. Okay, so we will do the second half of that single stick segment. So we finished last week, you did an orbit and you strike. So your orbit went this way around your head and you did a strike. Now you're gonna go, the stick is gonna continue going that direction. Stick's in my right hand. My right foot's also gonna step to the back at the same time. I'm gonna cover my head high and then step forward and strike down and across. So we finished with an orbit strike, which came around in this direction. Stick's gonna keep going in the same way, and my feet are gonna follow it. I'm protecting my head, step forward and strike down. Okay, week 2, double stick. We're gonna do that same top side, but on the other side now, on the other hand. So you're gonna start on your left, and I'll do it with you on the left, then I'll do it on my right, so we're mirror, and then I'll do it from the back. So we start here, left one's on your left shoulder, right one is tucked over your left ribs. Left one strikes, it hugs. Right one strikes, it stays out. Left one strikes, they come back to your right side, and they switch. So left, right, left, and bring it back. So I'll do it to mirror to you. So if you're facing me and it's in your left hand, you're a mirror to me. So you're gonna go left across and hug, right across, leave it open, left strike, bring them both back to your right side, and then switch them. So when I do it here, it's left hug, right open, left strike. They come back to your right side, then they switch. Left, right, left, and switch. Okay, so week 3, you should go back and review the kicks, self-defenses that we did. We're reviewing the intermediate form, Action Karate Form 8, and next month we'll be reviewing Action Karate Form 4, which is the beginner form, because you guys are responsible for all this stuff when you come to your black belt test. So back to the Kubotan, all of star block set. So we start here, up, in, out, touch down, back, push down. And then the other side, up, in, out, touch down, back, push down. Okay, then if you would like, if you can talk someone in your house into doing this, I would like them to come tack you over the top, punch from one side, punch from the other side, roundhouse kick, and a straight knee. I don't want you to hit them hard. I want you to go really slow, and I want you to focus on hitting something soft on the inside of the arm or the inside of the leg with the Kubotan on each strike. Okay, so this is Karate Kid advanced video, but this week, week 1, we're reviewing the intermediate form, which you guys need to know, and that's Action Karate Form 8. So we start here. Action Karate Form 8. I gotta move her, I'm gonna kick the table. Okay, advanced bow form. This is week 3, so we're going to put together the pieces that we did the last 2 weeks. So we start here, Chimbi, Cheria, Kinya. We're going towards, we're not going straight to the side, we're going off the diagonal here. The first 2 phrases go to the diagonal. 1, and then diagonal the other way. 2, 3. Okay, now the next 2 phrases are straight side to side, no more corners. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, don't do it the other way so you can follow. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, week 3, single stick. We're gonna put that whole side together. I'll do it in both directions. So we start here, make sure you have a whole hand underneath. If you need to, grab it with your left and put the right one above it. So you start here, blood cup, courtesy, step forward, cover your head. So sticks in your right hand, step forward with your right foot. High, low, high, orbit, strike. Keep the stick going in the same direction. Follow it, step forward, and strike again. So from the back, it's blood cup, courtesy, step, sticks in your right hand, step back with your right foot, don't hit the fan. Cover your head, step forward, high, low, high. I'm going to shuffle forward so I don't hit the fan cord. Circle, strike, circle again, cover your head, step forward, strike down. Okay, week 3, double stick set. We're going to put the whole top side together, right and left. Okay, so I'm going to do it the way it goes, right, left. Then I will do it mirror to you. So if you're facing me, you'll be doing what I'm doing, then I'll turn my back, just like we'll do the others. So we start here, right stick on the right shoulder, left stick on the right ribs. I'm gonna go right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Okay, so now if you're mirrored to me, if you have them in your right side and you're facing me in the video, you're gonna go right, left, right, left, right, left, left, right, no, right, left, right, left, right, left. It's very hard to do something with one side and call it the other thing. Okay, so it's much easier this way. So you go right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. And like I said, the best way to practice that is just to keep replaying the video.